Welcome back to another video. This is your host, Adontron from NerdTots, along with Angel and Kim breaking stuff in the background. And
Yeah.
Angel from Tales of Two Bros and the film combatant, and Kim from Life.
Yes. What better more than life itself?
There you go. Um, well, the time has come. We have arrived. It is finally episode 16.
Finally! Woo!
Oh, yes.
We shall toast just for that.
We have earned this. We have stayed with it. We have dedicated to it. We will find out what will happen to the Bad Batch. What's the deal with Crosshairs? Will Omega, or Omega as she prefers, do a force choke on Crosshair and get away? We don't know.
That's right. We don't know. We don't know. But we're about to find out.
Yes, we will.
How long is it?
It's 3 hours long, it says here.
3 hours long. Damn.
We would be like, about damn time.
I know you don't have your glasses, but it's 28.
Yeah, the Bad Batch episodes aren't that long. They're usually like 20 to 23 minutes long. So
Yeah. Well, this one looks like actually 25 minutes long, with like credits. Dude, did you see What If?
Oh, you're just trying to kill time for people to come in? Fair enough.
No.
I'm just joking. Yes, I did see What If. I actually did.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we could leave that for the after the
Follow-up.
episode of Star Wars. In our side digressions that we always have, because
Okay.
we're gonna go into that.
Well, I don't know. I liked it all around.
Yeah.
What
I
Star?
mean, I don't know what.
What
You
if-
mean for the
What
Bad
If?
Batch?
Oh, Bad Batch is something else. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah,
talking about our
yeah.
side digressions for Star Wars. When we talk about
Oh.
Bad Batch, we always end up talking about like Marvel or GC or something like that.
Or you mean our
Rants?
multiverse thread?
Yes.
Our multiverse thread that we go somewhere on tangents.
A little tangent where we end up rambling on and going on to different subjects. That's exactly where that'll lead. So stay tuned for the What If conversation, because it will happen. Eventually, yes. And we're all wearing a Star Wars shirt tonight. Ah!
Yay!
Doesn't always happen, but sometimes we're in unison.
Yeah. Angel and I are bookends.
Yep. Actually, it's very accurate. It's like,
I
okay.
know, you're right.
Oh, they
Does
just
it hurt?
got their
It's
second
sensitive.
shot.
It's sore. It's tender already.
It's tender.
Yeah. How's this?
Ow. Ow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jerk.
As I drink my Smoothie King Keto Champ.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing keto?
No, this is the Keto Champ. So there's like
What?
keto stuff in
Keto.
here,
Right, so you're doing keto.
followed by a sugary soda.
So what's in it? So what makes it keto?
I have no idea. I didn't look at the menu. It said
The menu?
Wait,
there's a
but
menu.
you ordered it.
I was
You
like,
ordered it.
that looks good. It has words on it. It sounded healthy.
Gotcha. Now it makes sense.
Smoothie King is like not healthy at all for anything they do. Maybe like 5 things over their menu.
But it's so good. They hit the spot.
True.
Yeah, when you have to. So you worked out and went to Smoothie King.
Yeah, it was back day. Working out my back, and I went to Smoothie King. Got to replenish the nutrients.
You know that's counterproductive, right?
If I got a healthy smoothie, the soda
From
is
Smoothie King. From Smoothie King. Okay.
Okay, Mom.
I said extra fiber.
Oh, good. Now you'll take shits. But
That's right. It flushes.
That's all.
It flushes
Yeah,
right
that's all
through.
You should know.
Yeah, if it's all natural, I don't need extra fiber in my diet.
Maybe less fiber in your diet.
Maybe a little bit less. Mm.
Yeah.
Either way, uh, let's get started on this. We've been at this conversation for a minute now. All right. So, are you primed and ready to go on your Star Wars?
Yes.
Bada batchy.
0, 0, 0.
All right. You're at 0000.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Disney.
All right. And let's see here. Son of a nutcracker.
What happened?
Nah, it's just my webpage is being weird. There we go. I'm probably like a couple seconds ahead of you.
Yeah. Oh, did you get a chance to see the Master of Universe? No? Okay.
You talking about the He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelations that we did a video on?
Yeah, Masters of the Universe Revelations. It wasn't He-Man, it was Masters.
Oh. I started watching. I didn't finish it because I got distracted by some things, but I did start watching it.
Shh, shh, shh. The music though, those are another Star Wars. Was it Mandalorian or was it The Last Jedi? One of the Star Wars they did that.
I'm sorry. NerdTots J is in the building. He's like, what? He's like, WTF? He's like, y'all really talking about taking a shit? We're talking about a healthy diet and high in fiber.
He came in late. If you heard the conversation before, you would know what's happening. But all right.
They're on like a 10-second delay, so it's like an eternity for us.
Wait a minute, Hunter.
Remember, she and them.
No.
Yeah, they were all together in the last episode. Because that was the episode where Crosshairs turned.
Yeah.
Again.
And they were destroying.
You know what? We usually watch the episode prior, but I was watching Titans.
That's okay. That, old age kicks in, bro. It happens.
Oh, you're getting snarky with that smoothie. That smoothie is giving you some snarkiness.
Well, that's why he's called Smoothie King.
Kiss
He's
me
on top of the
smooth.
world.
Now, Sleepy Baby J says hi. And Will Morris says, I think it's Mando during the second season finale.
Right, right. It just really cool.
Hunter's going to be like, you must use the Force. Lift it off a crosshair.
If she does show Force power, I am walking out. Because I know Zoe would be like this. Blah, 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 blah. Zoe would be typing.
You were the one that was petitioning for the Force power the entire season.
No, I know. I mean, I was saying it'll be a victory walk.
Oh, I thought you were walking out like a defeat. Like,
no, it'll be a
It's
victory
like the
walk.
Titanic.
mm-hmm.
I won't be walking out like the Titanic.
What?
No,
walking out
she's
like
saying
it.
this
No,
scene's remind her like the Titanic.
I know. I'm just busting her chops.
Wilmore said, if Adon disappears, we'll know where he went.
To the toilet. For all that fiber.
Fiber's good for you. Keeps you regular.
Well, you can't.
Wow, she can see on.
There
She
you
can see.
go.
She can see in the dark. That's awesome.
I mean, if you have a little
Well,
bit of
she's-
lighting and your
she just
eyes can
saved his
acclimate to the
life.
dark.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, that's a very strong knife.
Wait. What about? There.
Crosshairs.
Crosshairs.
Dude, if that door opened that big, it would be a lot more rushing in, and they won't be able to close it. Well, all those clones.
Are they like the unbirthed clones?
I don't know, but she's probably thinking like all her
Probably like the
all her
fetuses.
brothers, yeah, like all her brothers and sisters, whatever. She's probably thinking of.
Hmm. They could have used more dramatic moments like this throughout the series.
Hello,
Sorry,
you know, yes.
just putting it out there.
I finally hit bottom.
You mean the show? Sorry. I'm just kidding. No, this episode so far is not bad, actually.
Oh, he's damaged. Oh, he's never mind. It's fine. Yeah, but it's gonna crush if you're at the bottom.
That's also another point. Like, a lot of the ships that are like made for like space travel is not designed for like underwater compression because like in space it's more like it's a vacuum, so it's not compressing, right? So if you take a spaceship that and put it underwater or like a craft, that pressure is actually crushing it.
I have to possibly disagree with that because I know a lot of astronauts they train under now. I'm not talking about the ship, but a lot of astronauts train in water to simulate how it is in space. You are right. It should be ships or boats or submarines need to be not decompressed. It's another word for equalize.
Yeah.
So they do it in space, but it's just a little different.
Mm-hmm. But I would say, I mean, granted, I don't know too much about space travel and whatnot, but I thought they trained underwater to simulate the weightlessness, not the pressure.
Right.
Which is a different thing.
Right. It's the weightlessness, and there is some. Well, I'm sorry. That's not a thing about Mach speed. That's a lot of pressure with Mach speed.
Mm.
But once you get to the space, it's
yeah, you don't feel that
nothing.
pressure.
Right. Will may know. Will may have the answers.
Yeah, yo, if he comes in, yeah, definitely.
Was it Will Morris there? I thought.
I know. I'm thinking of Phil. Phil and Will might know. Yeah. I was thinking Phil because Phil likes to get the charts out.
Oh, snap. It's too much. No, I don't like that. Marvel. Uh-oh.
God, talk about Mr. Negativo.
Hmm. I mean, this tunnel reminds me of like, was it Jaws 3 when they were at like SeaWorld? Or was that Jaws 4? Oh, you don't remember that one,
Okay.
Kim? It's like
What?
Jaws at SeaWorld.
She fell asleep.
Oh, yeah.
She fell
I
asleep.
remember seeing that movie.
Yeah, there's a part
also
where they're
kinda-
in a tank.
But also kind of reminds me like where Luke slid down in Cloud City. That tube.
Was it- Oh, I guess I can see what you're talking about in that. Yeah.
But not. It also was like from the Injustice game. In Aquaman's Atlantis, when you get hit, you travel through to the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that? Oh, see, Jaws.
Mm-hmm. It's turned into the Meg. Oh, I
Are you
called
ahead of
it
us? Is
by like a few seconds.
Okay.
How are you ahead of us?
Life.
Is that the same creature from
No,
Phantom
thank
Menace?
you.
I have no
I
idea.
think so.
Why don't you turn your flashlights off, too?
Yeah, it looks like it. The same
This-
creature that was after Obi-Wan and Jar Jar Binks and Qui-Gon Jinn on the ship underwater.
I mean, that's true. Like a lot of creatures in the water love to go do shiny things. Anytime I see like a giant underwater creature, I think of the horror film Deep Star 6. Hmm. Look at that. Will coming in for clutch. He goes, if memory serves, water is used to replicate the weightlessness of space. Weightlessness.
Right. So I was right. In a way.
You're fishing for that rightness. No, there's a difference between weightlessness and the pressure because you could still have be weightless and be crushed. Is about contrasting buoyancy.
Wait a minute, what? Sorry, then. I'm just like. It's just
They're
created
in, they're
before?
in Nala's quarters, or...
No, but before about the thing, I thought it said about the weightlessness. That's why astronauts went there underwater to practice the weightlessness.
It is to practice the weightlessness. But what I was saying is
Right.
like it um for spaceships, they're
Oh,
designed
right.
for like the pressure, which is different.
True.
See, stuff like this that makes me wonder like as an actor, especially this voice actor, being able to portray multiple roles or like personalities, even if it's in one show, you're like your own one man acting crew.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder like how much does he enjoy it? Like, was it just an enjoyment for like at first, or like has he been loving it the entire time?
It's getting paid. So it's getting paid. So
This is true too.
I mean, think about it. Seth MacFarlane does the same thing when he does Family Guy and American Dad.
Mm-hmm.
He does multiple voices, and sometimes he'll do it back to back, like right into it, like they're having a conversation.
I always remember that thing Dad used to say. It's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer back.
Well, Seth does.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
Jeez, another dilemma.
It's
Runs
almost
out of
like they
batteries.
just run into one trouble after the other.
Mm-hmm.
How come they couldn't do this for episode 11, episode 12, episode 8?
My question is, who's gonna give a child a detonator?
Oh, come on. Seriously? They can crack. Jeez. Oh,
Oh.
Amiga. Mega, whatever your name is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The girl.
Do it, Mega. Do it. Let it happen. Let it happen.
Do it.
Use the force. I'm telling you, if it happens, victory lap. Oh, wow.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen here.
Shh.
Oh.
Not really. He's got the shorten out. Yep, there he goes. Aw. Damn it. It is like the Titanic. Leonardo just fell in.
It's like the Titanic.
What? Why are you doing that?
She's a child.
Wow.
What the hell?
If that's the case, they could have just swam up without the damn thing. What the?
You haven't seen it yet, but I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, they can see any side of the light. You can see in the dark.
It's in the water at night.
She shot in the water in the night, in the water too, with the arrows. Come on.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Well, you said it was you defended when she did it. Oh, but when Crosshairs does it,
Listen,
oh,
it was shallow water. It was. I could make that defense. She was like 50 feet down.
No.
Well, now they're even.
Right. The thing is, she shot a glowing arrow in her face, which will blind her to see what's in front. That's dark.
Yeah.
So she couldn't see past the water. So, but she shot it. He's in the dark. That's shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
But even at that, like
He's Crosshairs. Damn it.
he's got them good eyes.
He crosses. He goes. His eyes go like this. Sometimes when he has to.
His eyes go like gecko mode, where they just start going like this.
No, they go like this. And he aims and he gets it right there.
Actually, that would have been hilarious if that's why they called them crosshairs.
They're so focused they cross his eyes.
Yeah.
Her home.
I feel like Crosshairs is a little bit of a spoiled child.
Yeah, in a way. You're
Stubborn
right.
child.
Stubborn.
He's stubborn.
I mean, look at the way he stands.
You know what I just realized? Now that they have AZ on the team, Wrecker has it.
R2?
No, Wrecker has the other arm he can work out with now. He can do reps with both arms.
But AZ is too light and too small in comparison to the other one.
He compensates by more reps. Hmm.
Don't tell me this is the end of the episode.
That's where they leave it off. I mean, bro, do me a favor. Check to see if there's anything like after the credits, like a post scene.
No.
This is disappointing. I mean, overall, I'm gonna start with overall. I would say the episode is entertaining as a whole. As for a finale, with the
Man,
ending
give
they
us-
gave us, it was a little bit disappointing because it didn't give us like a hook that made us go like, "Oh my god, that's what they're going with," or it was like, "I can't wait for season 2 now." No, they kind of like it felt like there was going to be another episode.
Feels like another episode. It's not a
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
If they left that part out and just end it where they did with Crosshairs, that would actually been a more fulfilling finale, I think.
If you
No?
say so.
I mean,
It would have been better in a sense, maybe, that he tried one more time. They had a fight. Say him and Hunter had a fist fight, whatever. And
bro
then,
just wants the action. He's like, "Give me the action, man."
well, no, in a sense, though, it just makes it more like he's defeated again. Kind of like they're rub salt on a wound, and it just will make Crosshairs more focused or vengeful to go after them. They just leave him.
Yeah.
This
We're all
season,
just like, we're kind of speechless, but not in the good way.
this season, that it started off so good.
Mm-hmm.
It started off so good. It had some great episodes, but then it had all these damn fillers. I'm gonna watch the whole series probably Sunday or tomorrow.
Good on you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it because I want to see. No, the reason why is like I want to see what episodes could they have just used, and what episodes they could have just tossed out. And we know there's a few,
More than a few.
and it just felt like a lot of these episodes were just, to correct Boonda, fan service for a lot of the stuff that was happening in
No, that's
Rebels.
I would say that's not to correct him. That's to quote him.
Oh, did I say correct?
Yeah.
I meant quote. I meant quote.
That's like a subconscious thing. Like, I want to correct him.
Well, yeah, well, I guess.
And I don't want to quote him,
Uh,
so I'm not going to say that.
but
yeah, we have to give him his credit here. It is
Yeah.
a lot of it was honestly fan service.
yeah, and it was quite annoying and disappointing, especially since we saw the path that he was originally going in relation or comparison to the Mandalorian.
Yes.
You saw that happening with Hunter and Omega, that union of child and adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it, even though it was repetitive, but then he went to places that I felt they didn't need to go.
So
Yeah, it's like reading a book that in the beginning you were really interested in it, and you were like you continued reading it and reading and reading it, and but the thing about it is that you just kept reading and nothing was happening, nothing was going on, and you're just like, when is this story going to end?
Mm-hmm.
or improve.
Yeah, they didn't tie up any storylines, any I mean, they left loose ends, and it's just like there's nothing. If you feel like there wasn't really anything accomplished except for maybe the relationship between the group and Crosshairs, but
I mean, that's the only, and even at that, it
that's the
wasn't
only.
that much of a closure on it. They just
Yeah,
established that they're probably not going to patch things up, and that
it
Crosshairs
is what it
is,
is.
yeah. I mean, if
But
anything, they could have focused on. Here's some things I think they could have focused on. If you want to focus on the development between like her relationship with Hunter, expand on that and focus on her relationship with the team. Like have an episode dedicated between her and Wrecker, because there was a connection and bond between her and Wrecker, like more like siblings, and her
Hmm.
with Hunter, kind of like a father figure. It could have been an episode with her with
Well, she did say to Crosshairs that you are still their brother. That means you are my brother too.
yeah,
So she did solidify the fact that no matter what, they're still family.
true, but they didn't really focus. Like what Angel was saying is like there was not a lot of focus in this season as a whole, and to really drive what was the overarching theme of the season here, other than fan service and you know some like sprinkles storyline here. If they had an overarch storyline where they have a theme, that could have been better. Could they have had a like a better theme than focusing on family? Yes.
Well,
They
they've accomplished that.
they yeah. I mean, I think the idea of family would have worked for me. It's not like they need Dom Toretto to come in and be like family, but they
Or Lilo and
oh
Stitch.
family.
uh,
Yeah.
Ohana.
Oh Hannah.
Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Will says urgency is missing. The writers know this show is going to be on for years. Jeez. And so they're
For how long?
years for years. So there
So we
isn't
have
the
to.
need to impress the network in order to stay on.
Because,
Arguably that is not wrong.
but not good.
But
True.
it doesn't fulfill the needs of the diehard Star Wars fans because
Well, I look at it this way, like
We'll do
he's
some
not
research.
wrong in that statement, but like look at us. Okay, bro, you saw Star Wars. You saw Voltron on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about you, Kim, so I can't really. I'm gonna put this out
Let
there.
me see it.
I mean I saw the original Voltron, but not.
Go ahead.
It's a remake of the original Voltron. It's actually really good, or at least in my opinion, it's really good. They were contracted to do 5 years. They ended up doing 8.
You mean seasons? Or
I meant
because they
seasons,
didn't do right?
but
Because
like traditional seasons, like every year or something like that.
right, but they did seasons like they do 1 month or shows, and then they'll do like 2 months or 3 months later to do another season.
True.
It's like that.
Netflix is
So-
squirrely that way.
But they did, they did that. But what I liked about that, it didn't feel like any fillers.
Yes, but that's what I'm getting at. You can be
Oh.
contracted for an extended amount of seasons, and they know, like, okay, we have this much time to really do a story and get this across. But they don't have to like milk it. They can be like, let's do a real story. Let's actually get stuff out there. Let's make this season a banger, and like get that done.
But
So
that's not what was accomplished here.
oh no, yeah, we're not disagreeing. He's saying that for something else. I could tell he's on. his phone.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Clone Wars and looking at their episodes, their seasons. So like up to even season 5.
Are you trying to calculate like potentially how many years that they may be doing Bad Batch?
No. No, but what I'm doing here is getting an idea, the base. Okay, for the first 5 seasons of the Clone Wars, they went up to 20 episodes.
Okay.
And on season 6, they went up to 13, and on season 7, they went up to 12.
I mean, down.
Well,
Those
I'm
are
just saying they
declining numbers.
I know, but I'm just saying that's what they worked up to for those 2 seasons. This for me could have been a 12 episode season.
So
Not instead of 16. It could have been.
Why couldn't they just finish? Why couldn't they just let us know the whole thing about Omega? Why couldn't they just finish with letting us know the deal with Omega?
Well, that's still.
I mean, it's like they're tickling it here and they're tickling it there, and they're making you think, oh, and
I mean,
no, and
that just goes for life.
and
Some people like to be
just-
tickled, some people don't.
Right.
Yeah, but after a while,
Now,
it's like teasing.
Correct me if I'm
It
wrong.
is teasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Or Will or Phil can answer that when the Cameronians were first commissioned to do the cloning, there was a Jedi that started it. Obi-Wan found out. But it was a Jedi that did it. Wasn't that Jedi ordered by... Didn't he turn to the dark side and by Darth Sidious? He did it. He went to commission. I could be wrong, but I just...
Are you talking about from Legends?
No, I'm talking about from the prequels. I'm talking about from the prequels. A Jedi started it, the commission, but I think it was a fallen Jedi.
All right, that would definitely
was.
have to be one of the people in the chat that would have to confirm that, because I have no idea.
Right, but there was
The task is at hand.
because the planet that the Cameronians were on, the Cameronian island planet, it was not Camino. Thank you. Was not in the records of the Jedi. It was taken out. It was taken out of the planet was taken out of the maps, the Jedi maps, what have you.
Okay.
That was in the prequels. You couldn't find it. Like how? So it was like an inside job in a way that they had to hide that planet because of what was being planned. Darth Sidious is Palpatine.
Yeah.
Did he turn someone who was working with a Jedi, who turned and then? So I mean, like who hid that?
Okay.
So I'm saying.
So Will says, "You're right, bro." But Phil.
Yeah. Sorry.
We apologize for everybody's ears on that moment. Phil would know the specifics of the rightness. So he's saying you're right, but he doesn't know how right you are.
Okay, fair enough. Back to
So
square one.
he's like, that's all he cares. He just cares that he was right. That's all he needs, and he's happy with that.
It works. It helps. But so I'm just saying because with Amiga, she is the first
Female clone.
She's older. Well, she's also older than the Bad Batch, as I explained in this episode. That she still could be a Palpatine. She still could be a Test. Sorry, that's a bandit scratching on the door. And I'm still holding on to that. But
Keep hope alive.
Well, don't remember, like
4 seasons in.
Well, Rey didn't know she was the Jedi. She didn't know she had powers, and it didn't manifest until she was a lot older.
True.
And Omega, if she doesn't know, she doesn't know. So you can't.
But there were many times where it could have helped her that if it would have triggered somewhere,
right,
that she could have used it. But
again, if you don't know, you don't know. So they don't know how. If you're gonna trigger something, it's not like.
An on and off switch.
No, what's that thing that like you reach puberty and you manifest? What was that? Invincible, right? When you become a certain age, you just become right. You just get strong. So it's not like that. It's if you have, it's like if someone tells you.
You mean as like the X-Men? like the mutants, like when they hit puberty, it like in a stressful or unique situation, it activates their mutant
Right,
abilities. I don't think
right.
that's how
But
the Force works, but I mean, okay.
no, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think so
Yeah.
either. It's like you have to be told, and you have to then be taught how to manifest it.
Okay.
And she doesn't know, so how can she manifest it? Her
Yeah,
powers.
okay.
Like she can figure things out. She can see things. She has a knows how to fly a plane. She knows how to operate certain things. She knows
But
how to
can
shoot
a
a gun.
clone be a Jedi?
It
They
could
they
be
kind of played on that on the sequels,
kind
with
of
Finn and the other clones that defected. Oh no, they weren't clones. They were just
no, they weren't.
they were
They were
just
slaves.
they were slaves. But that's the thing. The way they explain the Force is like it's it's not really a genetic thing. It's something that's like influential in the entire universe. So it could theoretically affect like one clone more than another, because it's not a specifically biological thing. Like just because your father was a Jedi doesn't mean you're going to be a Jedi. You know
You could skip a generation, right?
exactly. And Bunda's in the house. What's up,
Hi,
Bunda?
Luna.
And you missed it. My brother had to quote you, and he gave you a compliment for calling this out early.
Yeah.
He subconsciously tried not to.
That's not true. You just used the wrong word.
I know. I'm just joking. But basically, my brother had to agree that majority of the season was fan service. So he said, to quote Bunda, this is fan service. Now that we got. So acknowledgement. And it hurt my brother because like he wanted more out of this show.
Oh, I think I heard a lot of people. I think a lot of people wanted more out of this show.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna disagree with that. Like we wanted more out of
Especially,
it.
especially the season finale.
Yeah, like
You expect so much more out of a season finale because it's the finale.
Yeah.
it should like
We got nothing from the sisters. That episode where we saw the
Right.
hologram with the sisters.
Yeah.
We got
Exactly.
nothing out of that.
we don't know who that, but we know like again. Yes, you're right because we know who Fennec was working for,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't know who Rava and the other sister. We don't know who they were. I say
Rava
it's
and
Bell
Trace.
Organa. Yeah, I'm saying it's Bell Organa because of the robe that the hologram had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the closest I'm thinking. Maybe we'll find out in the second season.
I doubt it.
Possibly, they probably bring him back in the fifth season.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably find out in the second season also, since they brought so many. They talked about so many of the
I mean,
Rebels.
we'll probably get
Rebels.
more Rebels than the other characters in season 2, but like there
Right,
wasn't anything
like-
that really contributed to the story from like Rebels or, the Trace and Trace and Raza. Is it Trace and Raza? Yeah, with possibly Bell Organa. None of that really contributed to the stories overall.
I mean, I hope we see more of Fennec.
I mean,
in
yeah,
season 2.
it was cool to see Fennec as a cartoon character.
And I would like to see Boba.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'll probably be a teenager by then. He's probably a teenager, so he probably has some skills, and that's where he probably meets Fennec.
But that's the thing about it is that you just don't know where Filoni is taking this.
That's what makes it scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just left everything's just so open without any.
Yeah,
Real-
and Will
Any-
Will
without
agreed with us. It just felt like
vision.
another episode. It didn't feel like a finale.
Yeah.
We didn't get a conclusion. You know what? Like put it this way: if we got Bad Batch and they were still like they did most of the season throughout like the war, and they were just doing a fast forward version of the Bad Batch during the war, and then we finished the season like they did on episode 1, and that was our closing episode, that would have been a finale. Like they had to escape, everything turned. We have Crosshairs turning on them, and they got Omega, and we're like, who the hell is Omega? That's a finale, and that was the first episode.
Right. No, exactly. That would have been.
If we had an episode like that where we're like having all these things like, oh my god, what's going on? Like we would have been like, this is something I want to see for next season.
Like this episode and the last episode could have been a one episode thing. Just like how they did the first episode was like 75 minutes. They could have made this right into one and make it like a 45-minute episode.
Well, that whole episode, the whole 2 episodes when they were on the planet getting the flashback scene for like Rebels, where it was the pilot from Rebels, the 2 episodes, that could have also been, condensed to one episode.
Or it could just been one.
That's what I said.
No, meaning that they made it 2 episodes. They didn't need the rescue part.
Oh yeah, they just leave off the other half.
They leave that half, and then you see why she became a rebel, or became part of Rebel Alliance. That's why it was the catalyst for her doing that.
I don't know. This is just very disappointing.
Very.
I'm disappointed. I feel like
Is
I
there
want
any
to
more
go back and get my money's worth.
Is there any more of
Or get my money, get a refund.
physical episodes?
Yeah, at least with physical shit.
Jeez. Well, it looks like Bunda and Will are gonna have their hands filled. Looks like there's like a little bot or something that's coming in, and Bunda and Will coming to the rescue. Thank you guys.
What?
No, like we were getting bombarded in our chat by very offensive stuff. I'm not gonna repeat it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off camera. But they can't.
It's a good thing I'm not looking at it. I'll probably respond.
Yeah, no, it was like on repeat. Like they were just like boom, 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 boom. It could have been like a bot, but it was still offensive. So Bunda and Will were both on it. So thank you guys very much. And they removed it. So
There are gatekeepers.
exactly, you gotta have gatekeepers. Have your guards. Gatekeepers
All
like in
right.
Ghostbusters.
Let's
The
go.
gatekeeper.
Let's go
Who's
with
the key keeper?
Let's go with the ratings for the episode and ratings for the series season.
Ooh, Kim, ladies first.
For the
Especially because I don't want to.
episode,
Just 2 quarters, please.
for the episode, I give it 2.5.
2.5. Okay. She gave it 2.5. Wait, 2. Out of 5? Yes. Okay, 2.5 out of 5. Got it.
And then
And at 12.
and then for the season, I give it 3.
Okay.
I mean,
That's respectable. That's yeah, I can see that. Okay. Brother.
Overall, I give it a 3.
Your turn.
For the episode, I'll just do a little bit of. I'll give it a 3, and I guess I'll give the season. Ugh. No, I'll give this episode a 3.5. I give the season 3. The episode was good. It has some moments where you're like, oh my god, like Omega, when she was like, when you're reacting to an episode and it's like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And where like Omega came out of the capsule to save the robot and she put herself in danger. It's like I think we all responded to that.
We're all like, what the hell?
Well, no,
but why?
Omega. That's Omega style, though. Like,
But
yeah.
true.
You want to be like a
but-
catchphrase, like, oh, Omega.
But what I'm saying is like we reacted to it. We had a reaction. We were involved.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a 3.5. But I gave the season overall as a 3 because of the story didn't move further. A lot of fillers, a lot of fan service that was done with the other. So it just because it started off so damn strong, and it just kind of fizzled. It had a little peaks here and there. In these 2 episodes, there was a little peak, but then it went back flat again because how it ended, and that's what I'm gonna continue later. But Adan, your episode and season.
So I would give it a 3 for the episode, but because it's the finale of the season, I'm gonna be very strict and say it's a 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because like if I was not like a Star Wars fan, I'm watching it and I see that finale, I'm like, I'm done with this.
But I mean,
And as a show overall, and you know, especially me being a kid, and like if I'm watching as a kid or an adult versus, I'm averaging out. I'm gonna say a 3 overall as a show because I did like those moments. I did like the some of the characters. I come follow around. I'm being more strict by my review, but 9 times out of 10, if I'm watching this show personally, I'm probably gonna watch it as a binge watch. So if I'm watching as a binge watch, I will overall get the show a lot easier. And so I can go with a 3 because I can be content with watching something of this caliber in like an evening.
got you.
Yeah. I enjoyed the finale. I just liked it. I'd like it better if it was just a regular episode. Like if they threw this could have been anywhere in the season and it would feel like an episode. It didn't feel like a finale. So a finale should have a heavier hit like the premiere did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I mean, I just, yeah.
It's sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it is.
Well, I think because we have very high hopes and high expectations in the beginning,
We do.
and it started off with fulfilling those feelings, but then all of a sudden it just kept going downhill, and it would not stop, and we were just. I think we were hoping for more this finale too, and it still didn't meet.
I mean, look what it has done to my brother. Look at his mood. It has sapped his Star Wars energy.
Can we play crickets?
If I could, I would. There is a way to do it. I just have to get it.
It was just.
He could do it in editing.
So, I mean, Will gave his rating, and he's not far off where we're putting it. It's like he gives the episode a 5 out of 10, which is right in the middle. It's like 2.5. And he gives the episode a 6 out of 10, which is what I gave it, 3 out of 5. Math, percentages, it all adds up.
Oh, yeah. It's just, yeah.
And I don't disagree. Like, Mandalorian does have a lot of fan service, so I can't disagree with that. But is it fun fan service? It is.
But it's done better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, yeah, fan service is a double-edged sword.
Going back to that, do you think the reason why it did better was because it was what do you call it when it's real life versus cartoon
Animation.
And animation?
No, I think, well, in my opinion, I think it's better because it was the first where the Bad Batch took similarities of it. It it's somewhat almost carbon copy in some aspects, where the Mandalorian was more original and new characters. All the characters were new. There was
What are you laughing about?
Oh no, I was laughing about what Bunda said. I'm sorry.
Oh, there was no. Yeah, there's no character that we saw thus from. We saw characters that were of the same species, but there was no one.
I mean, there was characters that we've seen from other shows, like for Rebels and stuff like that.
Right, but what I'm talking about, like the only character that we saw was Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. That's the only character that was not new. And
Oh, you're talking about Mando. I'm thinking of Bad Batch still. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, yeah, but that's why Mandalorian was so good, because we have that freshness, that nuance, that
It was fresh yet not fresh because it wasn't like sequels. It was like somewhere in the middle, prequel, spin-off. Kind of like Rogue One. Like, I love Rogue One as a Star Wars movie. And it's not Jedi focused. It's not, I mean, yes, they had Darth Vader, but that was a fantastic moment. And, I mean, oh, we all, it's like watching the Titanic. We knew the end. We knew what was going to happen. But damn, did it not feel good. Well, I mean, Titanic was supposed to be sad. And truthfully, I never saw Titanic, so I'm sorry, people. But anyways, we all know, those of you who went to watch Titanic, you knew what was going to happen. And we all know what happens to Leo. There was room on that door.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was it a door or a table?
It's a door.
It's a door. Yeah, and you know, there's a scientifically proven like video where they like showed like he had space. They could have both survived on that door.
Of course. She was a bitch. But
No, he did try to get on it, and it was, and he rocked it to the point where they were like both falling off or something like that. So he was like, no, you.
No, but there was like I think it was like MythBusters or some group that did it where they simulated and they got a door of the same quality, and they were like, let's just try to get on, and they could easily get on. So like, yeah. So you got to remember the whole flashback of the Titanic is her like remembering the story and like telling the story to someone else. So in all honesty, she probably could have lied. He probably could have been getting on the door and she just like held his head under.
Well, your hand looks big.
That's her hand.
But I mean, at the same token, remember it was cold, so maybe whatever.
It does sap your energy. I've swam in like really cold water before, and like the shock of it can sap your energy real quick.
All right, let's talk about What If.
Yes. So like for those who came in a little bit later, my brother wanted to talk about What If, and I said let's hold on to that because I know we're gonna go into that tangent. So if you haven't talked,
no, we're not going down that road.
I'm gonna say let's see about not giving any spoilers, because I can't guarantee like, huh?
Well, say it.
No spoilers.
Spoilers, just in case you haven't seen it. Don't watch us now. Don't listen to us now.
Well, let's be fair. Bunda, have you seen What If?
It's been 2 days.
They have busy lives too.
It's a half hour long.
Is it? This is true too, but busyness is busyness. I'm trying to be nice.
Are you guys gonna do a review? Are you guys gonna do a review?
We'll do a review when the season's over.
Yeah, it's just because like our work schedules right now is like not gonna line up when every episode of What If comes out.
Every episode's way too much.
How many episodes is there?
I want to say it's like 6 or 7. It's not long.
But it was good. I like the fact how
I did enjoy the band Creed, by the way, Bunda. Just letting you know. I used to like them. Creed, the band.
Oh yeah. I used to have all their albums.
He's like, what if by the band Creed? I did enjoy them. Yeah. So the general concept of the show, for those who don't know, because there are people that don't know what If is, is based on the original comic book series where you have your main narrator, Uatu the Watcher, and he's basically doing his job. He's watching, but he looks into other worlds, other realities, and sees the possibilities. So he's re-watching the storylines as they go, and he'll see like a moment that diverts and change. And then he goes, this is the moment. And then that's the moment that, like, most popular, Uncle Ben dying in Spider-Man. So then you have a story like, what if Uncle Ben didn't die? And there's another story like, what if Spider-Man didn't stop the guy that killed Uncle Ben? Those are two different things, but those are two different moments that can happen.
Well, it just falls in line with Loki. It's a continuation.
Absolutely. And you can take it as a continuation of Loki because you have variants.
Like the storylines.
Variants, right.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of making a left, you make a right, and things happen.
Correct.
What I liked, after watching the episode, of course, I go through on YouTube to see like Easter eggs or breakdowns of the episode. And I didn't notice it. Well, I did, but I didn't really pay attention. Is in the beginning, you see the I think you see the threads, but you also see like shards of glass. Which could be like the represents the variants or variations,
Mm-hmm.
and they go with the one with Captain Carter. I wish they called her Captain Britain, but
Yo,
Captain Carter is
there was a thing about that too, where people were like, "That was a missed opportunity, if
they
ever,"
should have.
because
They sh-
the Britain Corps in comics, the Captain Britain is a corps. It's like the Green Lantern Corps, but instead of
right.
managing the universe, they actually manage the multiverse. So every like universe has their own version of Captain Britain, and they're actually selected by like Merlin and like one other super powerful sorceress, and they're
Well,
chosen.
what I'm just saying is because she's wearing the flag, like Captain America was wearing the flag.
Yeah,
So Captain Britain would have just been
And her shield is
the
the
shield,
shield.
the Union Jack. It was like too perfect, but then they Captain Carter. It sounds nice because it's CC, Captain Carter, but it would just been. I think it just if we had him Captain America, why not make her? It would just make more sense. But anyway, when the shards of her reality came out, there's you see more shards in a sense of the glass, in a sense of like when she becomes captain,
hmm
other realities happen.
yeah.
So you see that, and when that was pointed out to me, it's like, oh damn, okay, yes, because we just seeing one aspect of her and her immediate surroundings.
Yeah.
But if you forget that there's ramifications.
It's like a ripple effect.
Right.
You drop
Exactly.
like a pebble, and it just comes out, and you get more and more ripples, and they get
Right.
wider and wider.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the animation. It reminded me, the animation reminded me of Max Fletcher's Superman back in the day. The old Superman cartoons. Like the movement
You
was
talk
so
about
very,
the faster and speed and bullet.
yeah, the old one, yeah. Like the animation of that, like it was done very well, the animation back then. Very advanced. You see how they move, and if you look at an old Superman cartoon by Max Fleischer, you'll see that it's like, okay, you can see the comparison,
Okay.
and I like that. The sound effects was awesome when the shield clanged.
I can agree with that.
That was done well, and the lighting too. They used the lighting real good. Like when the headlights would hit her, it just hit the side of the face. I don't know. I thought it was really good, and I just liked how they hit the pinpoints from the original movie into this 30 minutes. They hit all the strong points.
It basically recapped the first Avenger,
Mm-hmm.
Captain America storyline with
Mhm.
a few variations and changes,
Of
which
course.
is that's what if is. And I know a lot of comic book people that were fans of comics, especially Marvel, and they were not fans of What If. I was a big fan of I loved reading
Uh,
What If.
yeah, because I did too. I thought it was kind of cool. It was like, what if?
hmm
Like,
That's
like,
your ultimate nerd argument right there, where you could be like, what if
mhm.
Thanos didn't unsnap, or what if like Punisher like got Captain America's serum and he became Captain Punisher or something like that.
Or what if like his family didn't get shot down?
Yes, I read that story. I think I got that story from you, didn't
Probably.
I? Like
And the thing is, like, they still they still become that character, but at different means.
yeah, and there's a lot of storylines that are like that, like where like no matter what happens to them, they're still going to end up that way, which is kind of sad a lot of times. And but
It's like, yeah, it's just their destiny.
yeah, but I had
Like the
like
one where
what if Daredevil and Captain America? What? Wait, what? No. What if
there's one where
Daredevil and Captain
there,
America? Oh, it was a 3 issue thing. It doesn't even tell me what the what if is. It was a 3 in 1.
there was one where like, you know, where the Hulk in the comics where like, there's a kid on the field, and he throws him down the ditch to be saved, and when he does that, the gamma explosion happens, and that's how Banner becomes the Hulk. He gets the gamma rays.
Mm.
Well, there's also one like, what if that didn't happen? Where, say, Banner grabbed the kid to throw him down the ditch, but the kid just rearranged shift his body movement. Banner fell into the ditch instead, and then the boy got hit. I can't remember his name. I want to say not Barnes. Maybe is it Barnes? Not Rick Barnes, but someone else. Not Bucky Barnes. I think it was someone else. But anyway,
Yeah, it was
that storyline.
It was Rick Jones.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Him that he.
Which Rick Jones is like the Bucky of the Marvel universe. He's like, he becomes best friends with like everybody.
Right. Doesn't he become Samson? No.
No, he becomes Captain Marvel at one point, I want to say. Like he gets fused with the third Captain Marvel or a fourth one, like Captain Marvel's actual son, and they end up like swapping bodies like Thor with what's his face when he has to use Decane when he's Dr. Blake.
Yeah.
And
that's not that's not Quasar. Who's also had the bracelets. Quasar
he also had,
bracelets.
I think he also had the Quasar bracelets at one point too. He had like he went through a bunch of iterations. He's died and come back and been resurrected as monster too. So there's a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Rick Jones.
I mean, I just like how on this episode too they put two things together.
By the way, one story I have is, what if Susan Richards died in childbirth? Yeah, that's a story.
But how would they know she died? Could they see her? Sue Storm?
I don't think that's how that worked. But like, yeah, Sue Storm.
Invisible Woman. But
But go ahead. Two elements in this episode.
Let's not go down that road again, please.
Yes, let's not.
Well, no, because they had the story of her being Captain Britain, and then Rogers becoming Iron Man.
He's essentially Iron Man.
Ironmonger, but
yeah, but they call him the Hydra Smasher, right?
Right.
Which actually was a thing in the comics, but I think it was
Smasher,
it was
Smasher or Stomper.
It may have been a Hydra Stomper. But either way, it was the actual thing in the comics. It was just it was for, they repurposed the name for that character, because the Hydra Stomper, I think, was actually I want to say was a villain.
But I just like that, and they gave still Rogers a purpose, and even though he was still thin, he could still fight, and so they makeshift that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of cool too. Like they say that she's supposed to reprise that character again in the later episode, and I think they just gave a spoiler because What If and Hyundai just came out with a commercial, and a car comes out and drives her and hits people left and right in this commercial. I was like, now is that a spoiler for a future episode, or is it just for the commercial? And which was funny, almost every actor from the original reprised their role. Samuel Jackson, Jeremy Renner, the girl who did Peggy Carter, the guy who, like, her boss in Agent Carter.
Yeah, the only ones they didn't get were like Chris Evans and
right.
Well, they weren't getting. They got the original guy who played Tony Stark, not Tony Stark.
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark. They got him.
Yeah, he did it. They got him, but Chris Evans did it. But Chris Evans did the voiceover for that car commercial that she's in. That I was like, wait a minute, he couldn't do the episode of Steve Rogers, but he could get paid and do the car commercial for Hyundai.
I think that was he probably would have charged more for the episode.
But he could. But the thing is, he could have done both. It was clear in his voice. I mean, the guy who did
keep
his
it consistent
Was still good.
No, the
still
guy.
sounded like
No, the
it.
guy who did the voice the guy who did the voice was good. Sebastian Stan reprised his voice. The guy who played Dum Dum did his voice as well. Redid his voice.
Which I like the guy who plays Dum Dum.
Yeah, he's actually also Bison. and Chung Lee's Street Fighter.
True, which I did not watch. I just
It's so
happen to
bad.
know that he's in there.
So
Um,
stupid.
but he was also was Damien Dark in the Arrowverse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's done a lot of roles. But it was good. You liked it, right?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I like the fact that a lot of the voices were of the real actor.
And you can say that she was like the first She-Hulk. With that minus the skin color, the gamma
Yeah.
rays.
Yo,
She got-
I,
she got
I did,
tall, she got
I
big,
did
she got-
honestly get that vibe when I first saw her come out the capsule. I was like, yo, she's kind of like She-Hulk right now. She's kind of getting
And
thick.
the thing that you pointed out was
kinda
that
hot,
it,
too. She's
it,
hot.
it ended the same way like the movie.
Right, the way that like the dance.
Mhm.
You know, we saw a dance.
He's like, yes, Saturday.
But,
Just to answer for Will Moore's, like, I am a fan of Preacher, the DC comic. I have like all the issues digitally. I just never watched a live action show, which I want to. I just never got around to it. My godfather loves Preacher, and he never read the comic book. And I was like, you should watch this. And he goes, nah, I don't watch comic book stuff. And I was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You watch Supergirl. He's like, yes, but that's different. I'm like, because they're chicks in tights. He's like, yes.
I don't care. I don't know how he. To tell you the truth, I don't know how he likes that show. That show is horrible.
I don't think he's watching it for the story.
I know, but no.
But Preacher, he kind of did.
The thing is that the acting is so like stage drama kind of acting.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about Supergirl. Yeah. Superman, I heard, is really good though.
No,
Yeah,
Superman and Lois. I still don't get. Still don't get it how the kids are so much older.
They lived a life. It's like set in the future.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out the timeline because they don't give no dates. But it is a lot. It is good. It is good. I just hope it doesn't go like becomes all Flash like where Flash was started out really good and they got.
Mm-hmm. And then in the chat,
I still watch it.
Just to put this out there in the chat, I would say Omega and Wrecker love each other like a brother and sister. Like they got that sibling love, which is not the same what Loki and Sylvie have. That's that narcissistic love.
And they're both adults.
This is true too. They're both consenting adults, but
Even though
narcissistic love.
Yeah, even though Omega's technically older, she's still a child. But anyway, yeah, it's just self-love. It's weird. It's disturbing.
Yes, it is. But anyways, yeah. Did they say how much older she is?
No,
Omega?
no.
Yeah, because then I gotta wonder, like, does she age slower?
Well, yeah, she's like Boba Fett. Because remember, Boba Fett was not.
Oh, that's true. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She
wasn't
ages
altered,
regularly. They just age. They age them
They
and mature
age-
them faster.
because they needed soldiers.
Hmm.
They needed soldiers on the field. So
But anyways, so we were talking about what if, on a Star Wars show.
yeah.
What if
No,
it wasn't a
it was-
bad episode? I personally liked the episode.
I like that they. I like the fact that the guy who did the Red Skull, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Hugo Weaving.
Is it
the
the
same
same
actor
voice
who-
guy from Endgame?
Endgame. Yeah, he's from also The Walking Dead.
Mm.
He, if you look his name up and go to YouTube, his impersonation skills are on the next level. He does so many voices. If you just close your eyes and he'll ring them up, you think it's the actual person talking instead of him. He's that good.
Okay.
He's that good at doing voices. And I do like the fact that she comes right back to the future
From the
you know,
past.
possibly. Well, yeah, when she goes into the when she disappears, and it's like like almost like time never skipped for her, and she's already in the present or the time of the Avengers.
Oh, because of the thing, yeah. The what they
The cube,
used to in order to,
wake up the cube, whatever,
yeah.
energize the cube, right? And I just like that, and I like the fact that also it's like she, like the Easter egg, if you will, of her with the shield end of the sword, reminiscent of the Black Knight.
I thought it was more reminiscent of the Captain Britain Corps.
Well, I don't know about the Captain Britain Corps, but she has the shield, and the Black Knight is also English,
That's true.
who has Excalibur.
Uh,
I just
it's the black
is it
sword, the
Excalibur?
obsidian sword, which is like the antithesis to Excalibur.
Okay,
Because there is an Excalibur in Marvel Comics, but
I thought
the
that was it. Okay,
obsidian sword is like, it's designed on par with it, is
okay.
and it's designed to pretty much cut anything, um,
Hmm.
mystically that is. But it's
And
also
she,
cursed to make the wielder bloodthirsty in one battle.
hmm.
That's why most of the Black Knights in history were villainous characters.
And we'll see him in the
Eternals.
Eternals. The Eternals.
Which is also, he's also a time traveling character too.
Time Cop.
No, he's not a time cop. He's a time traveling character. Yes, everything we watch on this show is somehow related to Time Cop. We can connect it to Time Cop some way.
Time Cop.
Time Cop?
But I don't know. Well,
That's going to be a running gag.
yeah. Unfortunately, well, I guess like inside joke for us and not the people, not for our 23 subscribers, but So back to Bad Batch. It was bad.
They should
This
rename
batch,
it.
this batch was bad.
They should rename it to the worst batch.
No, that's too much. But it is disappointing.
So
It's just such a strong start, and then it has some moments of lift. Of
basically it had moments of like, it gave us Easter eggs and fan service that led us down to paths that we were like hopeful for, and then it didn't deliver. In that sense, it was very similar to WandaVision, where WandaVision would give us Easter eggs or moments that were like, oh, are they going to do this? Or, oh, they're tying it to this. And then we get Ralph Boner. And we're like, that's what we went with.
mm,
And now, granted, WandaVision had other shows like Loki where they could be like, they're connected. And we could tie those two together and it will improve what we watched originally, which could be done down the line. But as far as initial impact by the time we hit the finale, not as strong.
right. Those fillers. I would appreciate it if those fillers were more on the Empire, showing how they got further along, assimilating the planets, the people, how they got more in control. We got here in snippets here and there throughout the season, but if they, instead of doing the fillers of the Bad Batch going to get money to do running errands, if they just focus on them, or trying to find Omega, or trying to find the Bad Batch in that perspective, or more of Crosshairs searching for them in that perspective, and then just like maybe just missing them, just like they just left, that would have been more enticing.
I can agree with that. That would have been an
We've been
interesting
like,
perspective, just like Crosshairs, like at least a couple episodes where it's just Crosshairs like trying to track them down and what he needs to do to track them down. Because we got to go ahead in that one episode. He's like, give me the go to
Right.
find them.
And there was nothing really about it. It would be like almost similar to like the Incredible Hulk show, where
Which
they
one?
the black and white with Lou Ferrigno,
That wasn't black and white.
where I mean I'm not sorry the old one, sorry, the 80s
The
one,
the live
black
action
and white.
Lou Ferrigno one. Yeah.
Right, where Banner will visit a town, do his thing, and then like as soon as he leaves, the reporter's there.
Yeah, and
He's following a lead.
and the reporter was
Or
kind of like the antagonist of the show because of that.
right, he's always on his tail, or that he's there and they're just missing each other, just crossing each other's paths by not even realizing it. That would have been a little more enticing, I think, for this season. It was just like I mean, like, you don't think like Crosshairs didn't go visit what's her name, that female alien that they're
I mean, there's a lot of female aliens.
no the real
Sid.
Permanence character, Sid. You would think like as many times they did a job, like he would not have a sense or like hear something through the chatter about this group.
I mean, if they're
would have.
they didn't first of all, he didn't get the go ahead until much later. It was almost like the last couple of episodes. And
Right. No,
but I'm saying, like, if they did that earlier, and then that could have been the thing, But I agree with you. I that would have been a better concept.
I'm just saying that I think that he would have been like, since he was always begging to follow them, to chase them, to get them, you would think that he would like have an ear on them somehow, some way, like a tracker, letting him know what's happening. Like you would have hired a tracker while he's obeying orders from the Empire. That he would probably have that.
It could have been Cad Bane for all we know, and that wasn't happening. That actually would have been cool.
That wasn't Cad Bane though.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, if they did something like that, like, they were like, if we found out like Cad Bane was hired, and then we find out that Crosshairs hired him, we're like, how and why, and this is awesome. Like Crosshairs is playing the long game, bro.
Right, but we found out it was just another Cameroonian.
Yeah.
That hired him.
Another kimono dragon.
Or a Mandarin. Part of the Mandarin.
And then Captain Jack was saying that the episode really shows more that it's about showing what happened with the
Cameronians.
Thank you.
Cameronians.
I'm gonna call them Komodos. And where the colonians during their empire. But Will did say also, but they're barely showed during the episode. They only showed them like once at the end, really, and then they show what happened to the facility, and like they show what's happened with the cloning facility and why there's no more clones.
Yeah, I just think there should be a little more focus on the Empire.
That was one of the interesting points throughout the series, like how the Empire was expanding, and they were showing the Easter eggs of like how that worked. So I'm not a economy major, but I found that fascinating, and like I'm sure like a socialist or not a socialist, sociology major or economy major, someone of that field probably would have been like, let's focus more on that. That seemed intriguing, like how that took over.
They could have dedicated an episode or two instead of another filler of the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get paid. It would have made more sense. And I mean, I like Tarkin. I like how Tarkin is being portrayed here. I think Kim's bored.
We lost her. We're losing her to the dark side.
It's better than this.
This is true.
True.
So, I mean, overall, just for everybody's benefit, the season's like it's a C. It's in between.
It's a 3.
It's a 3 out of 5. It's like middle ground. it may feel better if you're binge watching. My brother says he's going to try binge watch the entire thing. So more power to him. He may change his opinion. He's like, yeah, it's so much better when you watch it all together and when to go. But I don't think it's gonna be.
I'm just the reason why I'm doing it is just to see which episodes really they could have just focused on and which episodes they could have just dispatch. And I'm thinking there'll be like 10 episodes that they could have kept. They kept things going.
If I was a gambling man, and I'm not, I think they could have just kept 8 episodes. I think half the season could have been cut or trimmed down.
I'm saying 4. 4.
4 total?
No, 4 cut. Make it 12.
Kim's really harsh. 4 total. We just needed 4 episodes this entire season. We were good.
I mean,
We needed a first one
from beginning to end to get the same outcome. Yes.
Well, I'm
so
if they
the
kept
Wrecker
it
episode, because that was a good one.
Yeah.
if they kept it to an hour each week, it would definitely been a lot. It would definitely like a 6 episode season. 6 episode season, and definitely. I'm just saying. I'm just like, again, we love the first episode.
Yeah, because quite frankly, the whole conversation between Crosshair and the group, in the sense of I've already made my decision and blah 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 blah, they kept going over that, and it was like almost like a broken record, because they did it in last week and they did it again this week, and it was like the whole conversation was getting to the point where it's like, okay, we understand where you're coming from, we get it.
But
Same.
now, like, they didn't really answer. Like, we thought that his chip got intensified.
It
But
did.
then he said it was removed.
They said he got it removed.
But
But then he kept going
they never clarified when the chip got removed. So that's the thing. We don't know at what point. In theory, it could have happened when he got blasted by the heat, and that's why he has a scarring.
It's on the same side.
It's on the same side, and so in theory, that could have been the time when it could have been done. And they don't really give exact timing between each event or each storyline. So we don't know. It's like, has it been days? Has it been months? Has it been well? It's definitely not years. Omega don't age. But the point of the matter is, they're like, when did this happen? And he's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, technically, it does, man. Like, we need details.
It does matter because it's poor storytelling. You have all these
Loose ends.
Yeah, these loose ends that you're not tying up.
So I was just okay. So for the two of you, you're not gonna get this reference, but it's like I saw a meme where it was talking about like how to do your backstory when you don't want to do your backstory in D&D. So you tell your DM, you tell your dungeon master, my character has amnesia, and he's.
That's simple writing.
he's like, haha, you can do whatever you want with my backstory. And the DM's like, you fool. and the funny thing is I do that to my DM all the time. So I go to my DM's like, what's your backstory? I had amnesia. I just showed up and I have no idea what's going on. Put me in, coach.
Isn't there that movie like with Tom Cruise where he's a soldier and he keeps forgetting but they keep putting him in?
No, that's end of tomorrow.
No,
End of tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like end of.
I repeat.
It goes by both names, and it's not that he's forgetting. He's on.
It restarts.
Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, but in space age war.
It's more like a video game.
Yeah.
Where you go as far as you can, and then you die. Then your extra life, you start where you last were.
Mm-hmm.
Last position.
But you don't remember anything before.
No, you do, because you remember how far you went because you've done it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
He does. At first, he didn't. He didn't know what the hell was going on, but then he started getting it.
Yeah, he thought it was like dreaming, or he thought like.
Right. Yeah, I actually gotta watch that again because it's weird
that was based on a Japanese comic.
Right. Oh, well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, and at the end, it starts all over again. He has to relive it again. The whole thing looks like he. That's what it seemed like to me. Like
I've never seen it, so I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't say I've seen everything that's comic book related.
no, but that's actually a really good.
Watch party.
Emily Hunt is in it. Blunt. Emily Blunt is in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like her first real action role.
Have we seen it together?
Ye-
I don't think we've seen it together.
No, you saw the other angel. I don't know.
I've
It's good. It's good. Yeah, you watch it because I think at the end, I mean, Will or Phil or Bunda, who have seen it, maybe they agree, but it's like when they reach they accomplish the goal, like in a video
Mhm.
game, you can do it again, but the level gets harder, and that's what it seemed like to me. Like it starts again.
well,
At
that's
the end, they
because
reached
the
it,
and
and
at
then
least from what I know, the alien species can also do that too. Every time they battle, they reset too. So that's
right.
why they
Well, that's
keep winning.
well, that's why he can do it because like the blood of the alien got on him,
Which I never.
and
I
it
knew.
infused.
I knew that was what happened. You know, I got spoilers over years. I just never understood it. So I'll probably have to watch it to be like, how did that work?
Right. I mean, it's just, but the thing is, you just got to look at it like a video game, like you would play a video game. That's how it made sense to me. Once I heard about that,
You
it's
guys
like,
should watch it and do a review.
oh,
I mean, there's an anime with that concept too. It's like RE starting life in another world, or I don't know if they in anime if they just call it RE or is it just re. But either way, and I liked that show. It was like it's one of those isekais where you have your main hero and protagonist that comes from another world, and he's like I'm in another fantasy world, and oh my god, yada yada yada. But then he's like, do I have any powers? And they're like, nah, man, you're good. You got nothing. And then he encounters,
what a such a disappointment. It's like, damn it.
and then he encounters this girl, and within the first episode, he dies. And then he comes back right at the same point where he first entered the world. And then it dawns on, like, as you know, the next episode comes in, it dawns on him, oh, he does have an ability. Every time he dies is like that Tom Cruise movie, he resets. But it doesn't always go back all the way to that moment. It goes back to like a given pivotal moment, and it just resets back to that. And then he tries again and he tries again. So it's a whole series. There's a lot of him dying.
Like Groundhog Day.
Yes, but unlike Tom Cruise movie, which I'm sure the Tom Cruise movie had action and violence, his deaths are not pleasant. So yeah, he gets wrecked a lot of times. Like one time he gets eaten alive by bunnies. It's anime. It happens. Yes, that's the thing. There's a magical beast, which I forget what's the name of it. They have a name for it, but it's basically a endless horde of bunnies that just massively multiply, and they eat anything and everything in their path. And in order to kill them, you have to literally eradicate every single bunny so there's none that's alive, because if you leave one alive, it will just continue to multiply. Like a tribble in Star Trek.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was thinking.
with like, if you took critters and tribble, put the two together, that is this bunny.
Oh, got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put it together. I made the references connect. Yes. I'm proud of myself for that reference, by the way.
All right.
On that note.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I mean, you can keep going, but I'm tired.
No, it's okay. That's that shot kicking in.
No, it's called being up at 6 a.m.
Oh, it's called age. I got you. It's this. You gotta have those smoothies to keep you fresh and young, and
oh, no, thank you.
with a high fiber.
So this Sunday, I'm gonna get you sucker.
Yes. It's like that's For those who don't know, this Sunday we are going to watch I'm Going to Get You Sucker, which it is free to watch on YouTube. I researched and I found it. YouTube is showing it for free. So
Does it have commercials? You watch the
YouTube,
whole
free YouTube, I think will interject commercials onto it, but
Okay.
that way people don't have to rent it and they don't have to pay for it,
Right.
and it still shows a fairly high quality in regards to it. And it's a full movie, so it's a win. And
How do we do that? Because you are you doing? I'm sorry for you. Are you gonna have two screens, two laptops, and it says of YouTube and the other movie on the other one to have a watch party, or can you do it on the same page? The
uh,
commentary.
oh, so just like how I do it now, I use my laptop to watch like Bad Batch, and then I watch, and then I do our commentary and discussion here on like my PC. And I split that up so that way I don't have that overlap. Only because I don't know the code of what YouTube does for not flagging somebody. Because I've watched some shows and I put it out there with us where we're watching it, and I've literally flipped it, cropped it, cut out the sound, and YouTube will still be like, someone just had a copyright thing, or they just want to notice we'll still put this out, but this is copyrighted material. I'm like, really?
So you should do get 1,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, and we can.
That's right.
Work
I that you know what? That's not necessarily wrong, because you see those channels that they have like a stupid amount of followers, and like all of a sudden, like, how are
Yeah,
they able to do it? They
yeah, they'll
don't
have
care.
they'll have a whole scene and
I
stuff, and
It's like they flash the entire thing, but
I'm
I
surprised. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we didn't get flashed because of what I showed.
oh, because of the gifts and
Yeah,
whatnot,
is that different?
that can be considered different. Yeah.
It's good.
Plus, there's also like the amount of time that you put
The
in.
check,
Like
the check the
there's a certain
channels.
amount of sequences and time. And the Jet Li one, like I like that. That
The
scene.
Jet Li one. That Jet Li
I'm
one.
proud of
That was
myself for that connection and that reference I put for
the
Jet Li.
perfect one. Yeah, yeah, man.
I'm proud of for that.
Uh,
Which is
But
also underrated movie. A lot of people did not like Jet Li. The one, I love that movie. Come on, that last ending scene went right before the credits.
I'm the one.
No, he didn't call himself.
Bitch.
No.
No, he says. I says I'm the.
He's like,
I'm,
no, he goes, and he's like, I'm you law or something, something law or something like that. He goes,
yeah.
I'm not the bitch. You are my bitch. And he points to
It-
everybody, and it is a prison planet. And he points to everyone, and he
But
just climbs his way up the pyramid.
he's like,
Kicking
oh,
ass.
because I thought he said that on the top of the pyramid.
Oh no, he started at the base, and he just started going up like King of the Hill, like King of the Mountain style. He just starts taking everybody down, going to the top of the pyramid, and then
I
everybody's
thought.
trying to like take him
Oh,
off.
I thought he. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought he was on top, and they're trying to get him, and he's just fighting him off. All right.
Yeah,
I thought he was already up there. Okay,
which I would have loved a sequel to that movie.
I'm okay with that.
Just focus on him like ruling the planet.
I'm okay. It was a cool concept, and it kind of made sense. But that's also like as a variant. He's a variant.
Yeah, see, and that was the idea of a variance too, in the multiverse. And the difference is like, could you imagine for every Loki that dies, it makes the one like the other Lokis more powerful? So like when classic
I
Loki dies, he's like, for glorious purpose. That
I
was the
thought see,
power amp that the other Lokis got with
right.
Sylvie.
I thought that was going to happen. I thought they were going to go with that because of the one. Because I was like, oh, we got this. Do you know the premise of the one?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
What?
Okay.
She
The
was like,
movie, the one with
uh-huh.
Jet Li.
Oh no.
The thing is like it's multiple universes, multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
This one guy figured out that was happening, so he went to every universe that had a clone of him or a duplicate, a doppelganger, he would kill him. And it was kind of like a combination of Highlander. So when you kill a Highlander,
that's true.
When you kill a Highlander, you get the power. So he got stronger when he took his doppelganger out. He would get stronger and stronger and stronger. So this one Jet Li variant was doing that, and it was the kind of premise. So we had that relation with the Highlander thing, and
you could tell Kim's like, I really don't care.
I don't know.
She's
She's tired.
She's like, yeah. Go ahead, keep
She's
talking.
tired. She wants to, her arm is like.
All right,
like
I'm
this
not.
right
We were going on to a whole new rant. I'm not gonna hold everybody else up. And thank you for my. Will's like Critters holds up pretty well. I agree. I like Critters, but
that's a direct. Is that a direct DVD, direct VHS movie?
No, I think that went to theaters.
They got
the sequels
they had
went
a
to
fan
VHS.
ba-
Yeah,
they
they
had a
made
big
like
fan
5
base.
sequels or something like that.
Like that and Leprechaun too.
Yeah, and they remade Leprechaun, like they rebooted it. But either way, I digress.
Are you cooking tomorrow?
I may not be cooking tomorrow. I might be cooking Sunday because I have recipes that I want to do. But tomorrow I might be going to a winery, so
Ooh.
I don't think I can do both. Gonna do some sampling if possible, and get some cheese to go with my high fiber.
Awesome, you do that.
We're gonna make sure they have bathrooms.
That's right. Anyways, so yes, everybody join us on Sunday, 8:00 for I'm gonna get you sucker. And I may sneak in my cooking beforehand, and maybe something on Pluto TV. So before that too. You guys don't have to participate for that. That's okay.
Oh, we're not.
On that note,
Okay.
check out my brother and I on Tales of Two Bros. He just released the other video of us talking about Masters of the Universe. Sorry, I was still thinking about the other video that we were talking that you just condensed down.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So
That's coming out this weekend too. I'm just doing my finishing touches. So please, check that out. And it's not so long. It's like under 20 minutes.
The shortest one of them all.
that's right.
And getting better at the editing. But yes, please check us out. Tales of Two Bros. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Also leave comments. Tell us what you think of the series, of Masters of the Universe, of Loki, of the Suicide Squad when it comes out. Black Widow's on there as well as Army of the Dead. Just leave a comment. I know Will Morris has, and thank you, Will. Very, very nice of you doing that. We like to hear your thoughts if you agree or disagree. All good.
Absolutely. And also you can find him on his social media, which is Film Combatant and Tales of Two Bros. You can find him there in Instagram. And if you want to see more of us on NerdTots, besides this Sunday, we will be back on Wednesday for a game stream, and Friday we'll figure out something for Friday. But since we have no more Bad Batch, we have to come up with a new Friday. I will come up with a new Friday.
I'll think of something too.
But on that note, everybody, thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Kim. Love you guys. And for everyone in the chat, thank you so very much. Bunda, Will, thank you for looking out for us in the chat earlier. I do truly appreciate that. And for everybody out there, you continue watching anime, expand your minds, and just be excellent.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Really?
What was that?
Oh, I was just something I wanted. I felt something in the moment.
Okay.